Welcome to this new lesson. Now we're going to build upon what we've learned in the previous lessons. Remember, we talked about how to build a sentence and how did we point at things. Now, when you point at things, sometimes the things that you point to are defined or they're undefined. So for example, you can say, that's a house, but sometimes you say, that's the house. So you and I know which house we're talking about. And the way to define things in Arabic is to use the equivalent of the in English. So in English you say the house, the house. In Arabic, house is beit. To define it, you add el. So it becomes el beit. Okay, let's write that together. So we have beit now when we add L to it, what is L? If you notice the letters that I'm saying, it's le. So there's two letters that we're adding to the noun. So it's the and there's a le. These are the two letters we're adding to define any noun. Now if we add these to the word bait, it's going to be added like this. Le. Now here this le is waiting to be connected. So we have the be and the ye and the t. El-Beit. El-Beit. This means the house. Okay, let's take another word. We have qalam. Qa. This is qa, this is the la, and this is the ma. Okay, now we're going to make qalam is pencil. Al-qalam is the pencil. So it's a, al. Again, the la is in the form of it's waiting to be connected to the qa. Again, there's a la over here and the ma sound. Al-qalam. Let's take another word. We have kitab. K-T-A-B. Now it becomes al-kitab. Al Kitab. Let's take another one. We have khubz. Khubz, which is bread. Kh, b, and the z letter for zai. Khubz. If you want to put the tashkid over here, this is khubz. Al-khubz. 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 The bread. Now these are all masculine nouns. Let's take a few feminine nouns. We have سيارة. Se, then ye, re. Becomes el-Siyara. Sorry, like that red so you can distinguish it. سيارة. سيارة السيارة. Now we have دراجة. Which is bicycle. Remember, سيارة is car, دراجة is bicycle. This becomes الدراجة. So it's a defined bike. We know which bike we're talking about. الدراجة. Okay, now let's point at something defined. هذه الدراجة. So we say هذه. Why do we use هذه for pointing? Because this دراجة is a feminine noun. هذه الدراجة. الدراجة. I recommend that you try to write with me so you engage all your senses in these lessons. هذه الدراجة. Now let's point at something masculine. We say هذا الكتاب. It's like هذا الكتاب. We're talking about a defined book. It's like saying which book? That book. الكتاب. هذا الكتاب. Of course, here we're using هذا, so it's which book? This book. الكتاب. Okay, let's read these together. We have سيارة السيارة. دراجة الدراجة. هذه الدراجة. This bicycle. It's like which bicycle? This bicycle. دراجة الدراجة. Okay. كتاب الكتاب. هذا الكتاب. So I can ask a كتاب. Which book? A. Now that's the way you ask about something, like which. A كتاب. هذا الكتاب. A كتاب. هذا الكتاب. So when you ask which in Arabic, you use this sound, which is A. Now, this is made out of two letters. It's the E and the Y. A. Put them together and you get A. So it's E with a hamza on top and Y. A. Okay, this means which. A كتاب. This is a question. And the answer is هذا الكتاب. هذا الكتاب. Okay, A is used to ask about which. It's which book? That book. And as long as you're defining a certain book, you're using el. In Arabic, they call it el-ta'rif, which means the defining el. El-ta'rif. Don't worry about that name, just giving it to you. So, أي دراجة, which bicycle? هذه الدراجة. Okay. Now, in the next lesson, we're going to be talking about where and asking about where. I'll see you in the next lesson.